गौ बिरामन को कर लावो, गोबर तरन न जाई। धोती टिक्का तैज पमाली, थान मलेच्छा खाई। हुक्म श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब, पेज 471-472, अंग 471, 472, श्लोक महला पहला। गौ बिरामन को कर लावो, गोबर तरन न जाई। धोती टिक्का तैज पमाली, धान मलेच्छा खाई। अंतर पूजा पढ़ै कतेबां, संजम तुर का फाई। छोड़ी ले पाखंडा, नाम लइए जाए तरंदा। Slok Mahalla first. In this slok, Guruji once again exposes the duplicity and crookedness of Pandits of those days who had joined hands with Muslim rulers. On one hand, they were charging toll tax even from the poor Brahmins before letting their cows cross a bridge. But in their homes, they would plaster their mud kitchen floors with cow dung, believing that this would purify their kitchens. Addressing such Pandits who had become cahoots with their corrupt Muslim rulers, Guruji says, "O my friends, you impose taxes on cows and Brahmins, but remember that by simply applying cow dung to your courtyards, the worldly oceans cannot be crossed. You wear a loin cloth, put a frontal mark, and carry a rosary, but you eat the provisions supplied by those Muslims whom you call Malay or the polluted ones. In your homes, you secretly worship your deities, but outside you read the Semitic books and observe Muslim austerities, such as observing fasts in particular month. O man, give up this hypocrisy, because it is only by remembering God's name that you will swim across the worldly ocean." Para 1. Mahalla Pehla. मानस खाने करे निवाज, छुरी वगायन तिन गल ताग। तिन कर ब्राह्मण पूरै नाल, उना पियावै ओई साल। कूड़ी रास कूड़ा वापार, कूड़ बोल करें आहार। शर्म धर्म का डेरा दूर, नानक कूड़ रहा भरपूर। मत्थे टिक्का तेड़ तोती कखाई, हथ छुरी जगत का साई। नील वस्त्र पहर होवै परवान, मलेच्छ स्थान ले पूजै प्राण। अब पाख्या का कुट्ठा बकरा खाना, चौके ऊपर किसे न जाना। देखै चौका कड्डी कार, ऊपर आए बैठे कूड़ियार। मत पिट्टै वे मत पिट्टै, ए अन्य साडा फिट्टै। तन फिट्टै फेड़ करेन, मन झूठे चुली परेन। कहो नानक सच ते आइयै, सुच होए तां सच पाइयै। Mahalla 1. In this slok, commenting further on the oppression, hypocrisy and deceit being perpetuated on the poor common people, both by Muslim rulers and their Hindu quislings, Guruji says, the corrupt Muslim rulers, even though say their daily prayers, yet are oppressing their subjects like man-eaters. They have Kshatriya Hindus belonging to various castes as their tax collectors, who extract the money from the poor as if they are wielding knives on behalf of their butcher-like Muslim masters. They wear sacred threads or janeu to portray themselves as righteous Hindus. In the houses of those cruel Kshatriyas, the Brahmins go to perform sacred ceremonies and sound conches, and they too enjoy the same relish of ill-gotten wealth. False is the capital and false is the trade of these people. It is by telling lies that they earn their livelihood. The sense of shame and righteousness is far removed from them. O Nanak, falsehood is pervading all around. The Brahmins profess holiness from outside with saffron mark on their foreheads and ochre-colored dhoti, fine cloth around their waists. But in real life, they are like world butchers, wielding knives in their hands as if ready to slaughter their victims. Commenting further on the hypocrisy of the Hindu officials of those days, Guruji says, in order to be approved by their Muslim rulers, these people wear blue clothes. To worship their holy books, the Puranas, they ask for money from those whom they call the polluted ones or Malach. They eat the meat cooked by the Muslims, which is prepared by killing a goat after reading the foreign kalama, and therefore absolutely unholy for a Hindu. And yet they ask that no one should enter their kitchen lest their food is polluted. After plastering the ground, they draw a boundary line around it. Then these false pundits come and sit upon it and start crying again and again, "Don't come near and pollute our kitchens, lest our food become unfit for eating." But in reality, these very people indulge in corrupt practice with their polluted bodies. In their minds is falsehood, but outwardly they wash their mouths to profess their holiness. Nanak says we should meditate on the eternal God and remember that we obtain to the eternal God only when there is purity in the mind. Para 2. पौड़ी चित्तै अंदर सबको वेख नजरी हेठ चलाइंदा आपे दे वड्याइयां आपे ही कर्म कराइंदा वडो वडा वड मेदनी सिरै सिर तंदै लाइंदा नजरू पट्ठी जे करे सुल्ताना खाओ कराइंदा दर मंगन भिख न पाइंदा. Paudi. No, Guruji comments on the power of God and says the eternal God keeps all in his mind and makes all to act as per his grace. He himself bestows honor and he himself makes them do different deeds. He is greater than the greatest and great is his universe. He yokes everyone to his or her job. If he becomes angry, then even the kings he makes penniless like grass cutters, whom no one gives alms, even when they go begging from door to door. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. The message of this paudi and preceding sloks is that we should not try to exploit the poor and the needy in collaboration with the wicked or dishonest rulers. God is watching all our conduct and evil deeds, even if we are doing this in secret. No matter whether we ourselves are kings or rulers or the agents of the rulers, if we are participating in corruption or oppression, then God can immediately take away all our power and wealth and reduce us to the most degraded and penniless status. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. SGGSP 471-472. Thank you.